Hey friends, Zen Cooney here. Indian club time. Let's do some movements for your forearms and grip, and then we'll do some for your shoulders. Remember that oftentimes the reason people get rotator cuff injuries is because they don't train the smaller intrinsic muscles in and around the shoulder joint. So that's what we're going to take care of today. But first, we'll start with some grip and digital dexterity. So we'll start with just coming up into our hammer grip position. And then what we're going to do is windshield wiper. And this will get forearms grip and deltoids. Now I'm just going to show a few repetitions. You can do as many as you like. All right. So then what we want to do is a similar movement, but we're going to do it with bent elbow. So we're going to be right down here. And depending on the length of your clubs, you might have to have your arms a little wider apart. And we're going to just slowly lower it down and lift back up and slowly lower it down. So really get that radius and ulna bone of the forearms doing their thing. And you're just coming down to roughly parallel. Then we're going to hold it there for a few seconds. And bring it up. And the other side, and hold. And back up. All right. So then let's take a look at some dexterity. So out to the side. We're in hammer grip. We're going to saber, hammer, and reverse saber. Or as we say, this is our 3 position, 2 position, 1 position. Keep in mind that when you're using your clubs, small, lightweight, long, heavy, you still want to be using digital dexterity. You want to not have a death grip on your club, but a supple, alive, vital grip. Then we're going to do something similar to what we did before with our windshield wipers, but we're going to make it where it's a little bit more challenging for your digital dexterity. So we're going to come up and helicopter and opposite way. So we're going in and out. Now what you can see, I'll show you on just one side here, what you're doing is going from a 1 position to a 2, to a 3, to a 2, to a 1 position again. All right? So let's do a few more of those. Good. Once again, do as many repetitions as you like. Then we're going to go into what we call the some alphabet moves. So we're going to do a hip hinge. So we've got a flat back, good extension, hips back, knees are bent. We're going to come up into I. So this is the I movement. So slowly lift, slowly lower. You're maintaining a 1 position grip the whole time. And after 5 or 6 repetitions, what we're going to do is hold it. And slowly lower it back down. Roll the shoulders out a little bit. Next up, we're going to do a Y. So again, hip hinge, elongate the spine, and we're going to come up into a Y and down. And then we're going to hold it up. And release it down. Roll the shoulders. Then we're going to do a T position. So hip hinge. And then we're going to hold it up. And slowly lower down, roll the shoulders. Then we're going to come out of our 1 position into a reverse grip 2. So this would be our standard hammer grip. This is the reverse hammer or reverse 2 position. All right, what are we going to do with that? Well, we're going to come up and we're going to hold them like so, lower down, pull back up. And hold it up. And lower it down. Roll the shoulders. Then we're going to finish up with alternating single cross, and then we'll do alternating salute. So, starting with the cross. And then we'll go into the salute. All right, now, here's how you put this into your practice. Do this series of movements, figure 2 to 3 times a week. Do as many or as few repetitions as you want. Make sure that you include the isometric hold after a few repetitions. Use a weight that is appropriate to you. And for example, like you can see with these, if this was a little heavy for me doing the forearm, I could choke up on it to where the weight was easier. Or I could even hold it down at the muzzle and do it this way, which would just give me a wider grip. It wouldn't be as heavy, but it would give me a wider grip. So remember, the whole club is your tool. You don't have to always just be in one position. You can be in many different positions of your club. Now, aside from doing this 2 or 3 times a week, what I would suggest, it's also an excellent little movement snack. So you don't always have to include it within your overall workout, or as we call them, playouts. What you can do is simply get up from whatever you've been doing at the computer or watching television or having dinner or whatever, and just do a few minutes with any one or more of these moves, especially any of the moves that we did that you feel particularly strongly. Because remember, if a movement is challenging for you, it means that it's one that where you've got some weak links, and so you want to strengthen those. The other thing is, make sure don't go too heavy or too many repetitions at first, because what you want to do is train, not strain. Hurting yourself just slows down process. So always make it fun. Always be mindful, and remember, you are the guru.